Hello and welcome to Books of Blood. My name is John, and so today this is once again going to be 50 years of horror fiction, and this is going to be the final installment in the series. So we're going to be talking about 5 books from the year 2021, and I know if some of you are thinking, well, if it's 50 years and you started in 1972, well, just do the math and count 72, 73, 74, and you'll see that it comes up to 50 years. I feel kind of funny this being the last one. I've been doing this for so long. I've been putting these videos together for so long. And a lot of the comments, a bunch of the comments from you guys have been just so positive and wanting to see more. And that's kept me going. That's pushed me further and further to do this. So after all is said and done, when I get done with the series, I don't have any idea what I'm going to do next. Today, as I record this, it is April 22nd or 23rd, I believe. And this video is not going to actually post until, I think, June 25th of 2022. You know, that's how far along I've got these scheduled. And like I said, a lot of you guys have really enjoyed this and really commented on stuff and have just really been so supportive. And I'm sure there's some of you out there that are thinking, oh gosh, this is the last one. When was he ever going to shut the hell up? You know, that sort of thing. But then again, that could be just me and my self-deprecating personality, so to speak. Anyway, that being said, I got 5 books here for the year 2021. So I am going to shut the hell up and I'm going to talk about the books, okay? So the first one we've got is The Last House on Needless Street. And this is by Catriona Ward. In a boarded-up house on a dead-end street at the edge of the wild Washington woods lives a family of 3. A teenage girl who isn't allowed outside, not after last time. A man who drinks alone in front of his TV trying to ignore the gaps in his memory. And a house cat who loves napping and reading the Bible. An unspeakable secret binds them together, but when a new neighbor moves in next door, what is buried out among the birch trees may come back to haunt them all. And that is The Last House on Needless Street by Catriona Ward. Okay, next we've got Dark Across the Bay by Ania Ahlborn. In the vein of John D. MacDonald's Cape Fear, Ahlborn takes the classic stalker tale and updates it for the modern era. The house sits stoic and slightly askew off the coast of Ravenshead. Its off-kilter windows are both charming and disorienting. Its walls of overstuffed bookshelves both comforting and claustrophobic. When Leo and Lark Parrish arrive at their vacation home with their parents, their mother's idea of a quintessential Maine getaway seems like both a blessing and a curse. Lark, a novice novelist, can't wait to find inspiration at the end of a fog-entombed pier. She'll forgive her mother for forcing her into this non-negotiable holiday, but only if she can find her muse among a lapping, rocky shore. And while being trapped in a house with no means of escape is the last thing Leo would consider a good time, especially with parents on the precipice of divorce, he can't help but wonder if maybe the change of scenery will help him shake off the chains of sadness brought on by the death of his closest friend. But what starts off as a relatively benign family trip quickly turns menacing. Leo finds himself face to face with what feels like his best friend reaching out from beyond the grave. And only hours after they arrive, Lark begins to receive sinister texts. And then they both see it. Someone lurking in the shadows of their rental home. Someone who has been expecting them despite the parishes being 1,000 miles from home. And that is Dark Across the Bay by Ania Ahlborn. Haven't talked about her on my channel on here very much in this series. Not lately. I think I've skipped several videos that didn't have her featured in them. Alright. Okay, next up we've got Horseman, A Tale of Sleepy Hollow. It's by Christine Henry. Everyone in Sleepy Hollow knows about the Horseman, but no one really believes in him. Not even Ben Van Brunt's grandfather, Brom Bones, who was there when it was said the Horseman chased the upstart Crane out of town. Brom says that's just legend, the village gossips talking. More than 30 years after those storied events, the village is a quiet place. 14-year-old Ben loves to play Sleepy Hollow Boys, reenacting the events Brom once lived through. But then Ben and a friend stumble across the headless body of a child in the woods near the village, and the discovery makes Ben question everything the adults in Sleepy Hollow have ever said. Could the Horseman be real after all, or does something even more sinister stalk the woods? And that is Horseman, A Tale of Sleepy Hollow by Christina Henry. And right at the time of this recording, I am reading this, or I'm currently reading this book, and I can't believe it's taking me as long as it is taking me. I'm enjoying the book, but it's just like I can't get into reading at this particular moment in my life right now, and I'm really struggling with it, and I hate it, all right? I don't hate the book, I hate the struggling, all right? Like they say, the struggle is real. It is very real, all right? Anyway, next up we've got My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. In her quickly gentrifying rural lake town, Jade sees recent events only her encyclopedic knowledge of horror films could have prepared her for. Jade Daniels is an angry, half-Indian outcast with an abusive father, an absent mother, and an entire town that wants nothing to do with her. She lives in her own world, a world in which protection comes from an unusual source, horror movies, especially the ones where a mass killer seeks revenge on a world that wronged them. And Jade narrates the quirky history of Proof Rock as if it is one of those movies. But when blood actually starts to spill into the waters of Indian Lake, she pulls us into her dizzying, encyclopedic mind of blood and mass murderers and predicts exactly how the plot will unfold. Yet, even as Jade drags us into her dark fever dream, a surprising and intimate portrait emerges. A portrait of the scared and traumatized little girl beneath the Jason Voorhees mask. Angry, yes, but also a girl who easily cries, fiercely loves, and desperately wants a home. A girl whose feelings are too big for her body. My Heart is a Chainsaw is her story, but her homage to horror and revenge and triumph. And that is My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. And I still need to read something by Stephen Graham Jones. I've got The Only Good Indians. I've heard a lot of good things about that one, so I guess that's going to be the one I start with. But this one sounds really awesome too, and a lot of his other books just sound so good. My Heart is a Chainsaw sounds good. I think he has one called The Last Final Girl. That one sounds really good. Anyway, back to the books. Okay, so next up, and I think this is the last one. Yes, it is. Finally, for 50 years of horror fiction, the year 2021, we have got Come With Me by Ronald Malfi. Aaron Decker's life changes one December morning when his wife Allison is killed. Haunted by her absence and her ghost, Aaron goes through her belongings where he finds a receipt for a motel room in another part of the country. Piloted by grief and an increasing sense of curiosity, Aaron embarks on a journey to discover what Allison had been doing in the weeks prior to her death. Yet Aaron is unprepared to discover the dark secrets Allison kept, the death and horror that make up the tapestry of her hidden life. And with each dark secret revealed, Aaron becomes more and more consumed by his obsession to learn the terrifying truth about the woman who had been his wife, even if it puts his own life at risk. And that is Come With Me by Ronald Malfi. And that is going to conclude, finally, 50 years of horror fiction. The final one is this one here, the year 2021. I can't say thank you enough for all of you who are continuing to watch this. As of this particular video, like I said, this one's going to post in June. But at the time of this one, so this is present me, I just posted, or the one just posted for 1993. And you guys are still watching, and I hope you will continue to keep watching into all the way up to 2021. And so thank you. Thank you very much for this. And to be honest with you, after this is said and done, and after all these videos are posted, and after I'm done with recording them, I have no freaking idea what I am going to do. All right? Because like I said, I'm on a really bad slump with my reading. I'm getting books. I'm just not reading the books, you know. So I've got a ton of things here that I can read. And I'm sure I've got other things that I can do as far as this channel is concerned. One of my commenters asked if I was ever going to do a bookshelf tour. Right now my books are in a room that is very disorganized, and I would really like to, once that gets organized and I'm able to get them in some kind of order, I will definitely do a bookshelf tour. I just don't know when I'm going to be able to do it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and as always, take care and stay scared. Bye-bye.